Testing 1 2 1 2. Waiting for this video to come up. Make sure everything is working. It's gonna be a quick video. This is recording. I haven't seen the screen show up yet. I'm waiting for the computer to catch up. It's buffering. Let's see. I'm gonna talk about the. There we go. So I just got an alert on regards to the Aussie. It hit my alert at 74,303. It's chopping around 74.32, and I'm thinking about going long, unless I know there's some report coming out tonight, and it could maybe push this lower. But I'm thinking about going long. I saw some statistic report that it says that Aussie could sometimes, not sometimes, the Aussie makes a low in June and then spikes up in July. But that's just a report I saw, but I have to confirm it and run the data and check it myself. But that's what I saw, so I was like, you know what, I got the alert, looked at the chart. I mean, you could zoom in. You could do the do a 5-minute. So close this. Let's close this right here. And you can see right here, this is when I got the alert. It hit it. Came and looked at the computer, saw it chopping around, saw it going up, and it looks like it's around here right now. We're getting closer. But you see the angle, how the angle's going up. As long as we respect that low, and some technical analysis, some people like to see a fail new low, like that, with an angle going up. But the important thing is that it's respecting that 45, and this is just a 5-minute chart. But it could pierce it. And then another thing is you want to look at, and this is what I was kind of doing the research. This is where it's at right now. If you go back and look at the Aussie, let's just put 5 years, and just let's look at this angle, and let's see how it respected it. It closed below it once, twice. It's kind of chopping around here. So it closed it here. So that's a battle zone right here that whoever it is, entities, groups, don't want it to go lower below this angle. Respected it here. Definitely was below. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 days. If you're willing to go through some heat for 13 days, and if it passes 13 days and comes 14 and 15, if you're willing to go through some heat, that's what you're probably gonna have to deal with, because this is what is done in the past with this angle. But it paid off, and it wasn't in June that it made the low; it was in January. But it chopped around, came up higher, trending, making higher highs, kind of sideways. Here was 1, 2, 3, 4 days below. Then it popped up. This was in the end of the year. And then you could do some statistical analysis on the month of June to see how the Aussie behaves. I know there's some reports on that. So I'm watching it. I want to see what's going on. This is a daily, but if you zoom in on the 5-minute, we're back here again. So if you bought it, you're like, yeah, we got in. Sometimes it doesn't happen like that. Sometimes it retests it, and if we get momentum and goes long, you could even get in here and just buy, small micro lot, buy something really tiny. So just in case it goes down for 14 days or sideways below the angle, you don't feel that much heat. So I just wanted to show you that we're at a very important level on the Aussie. Let's go to the Mexican peso, because that's one I've been doing some research this weekend, and I came across some good stuff. Oh, look at my notes. Let's look at the daily. I got an alert to the top, which is at 2095. This is going to be a short video because I have to head out this morning. So I'm looking at the dates, which is the 20th and the 27th, 22nd. So pretty much this week, today, the 19th, tomorrow, and the 20th. I'm looking to see what happens with the peso. Maybe it could push higher, but that's a key level I'm watching, which is at 20.95. If it doesn't go above that angle or that price level, and it hits the 22nd, I may short it. But there's a few things. There's elections coming up in July, which could affect this. So there's a risk factor in the peso in regards to the election. I don't know who are the contenders. I don't know if they're liked. I really didn't get that far. I just know that there's elections going on, and that could affect this thing and make it more volatile. So that's your risk. Second is that it could go higher and then retest. Let's look at the weekly. It could retest. I did the 12-hour. Let's look at the weekly. There we go. It could retest at 22.03 right here. That's right here. The month of June is a typical high in the peso. So statistically, the month of June makes a high, and then it shoots lower and makes a low in July. So we'll see. So that's in favor if you're bearish. What's my other notes? So there's a lot of clustering going on here within this week. I haven't concluded my research, so that's why I'm still kind of on the sidelines. But I do have an alert here because I want to see if the peso is going to retest that high. I want to see what it does. If it goes higher than that, in that 20.95, then chances are it may retest this high of here, that 22.03. And it's going to probably make a high sometime by the end of the month of July, which will probably be like the 27th. And if my analysis is wrong, then it's going to probably continue pushing higher, and then I got to look out further. But so far, this week is key, and the last week of June for the peso, and then this level right here is important. If we go higher than that, then we're going to test the 20.34. If we can pierce it and it comes to the 20th to 22nd, and this is a weekly chart, and we take out that low, I'm sure this is probably going to be support here. It's probably going to be pushing lower and make a swing low in July. So I'm watching these two, and I think that's it. Look at my notes here. Yeah, I've been running some models on this, and I've got some good forecasting, some good models, but I'm not finished with my analysis. I do it in stages. I do statistics. I see what this thing has done in the past, number crunching, just data, and then I do the geometry, and I do the numbers then, the number vibrations, just see numbers and dates. Swing pivots, calculate that, do the Fibonacci's, do all that, see where key levels is using price and time, the Gann grid, all that. And then lastly, I use the computers. Once I kind of narrow it down with the Gann analysis of what could be, a possibility of a swing pivot high, and see what happens once we get there. And this week is one of those. So I want to see what happens. I don't want to short it and then the thing blows up and then continues going higher. I want to put the date, the forecast, watch the price action, and see that it's confirming. If I don't see anything confirming, then I'm going to step out. So I'm going to sign out. This is just a quick update. Watch the peso and watch that Aussie. Key level at the Aussie. Very key level, man. Very key level. Like I said, statistically, it normally does swing low in June, and we're here. It could probably push slower. What I would like to see is maybe push a flush down and then go up. But you can't, always have what you want. You just got to trade what you see. And that's where we're at. Key level, one by one. You've seen what is done in the past. And I seen some analysis on this, and I seen some guys doing some. I think this one guy, I saw a video. He ran his trend line from here, let me just do it from here, and he was like, yeah, it failed this important trend line, and it retested here, and I flushed down. But I don't think he's aware of the hidden trend line, which is a greater trend line, which is the 45 for price and time grid from the first impulse wave. And that's the big kahuna. We crack that, then chances are we're going to hit that 71.49. And I'll probably be shorting it. I'll keep you posted on my thoughts.